Hi everyone, Satnam. Today I wanted to share with you a breathing technique called breath of fire. It's a very powerful breath, very cleansing, and it is really important to get the technique right, or you could end up sort of hyperventilating instead of performing a breath of fire. I got a cattail in the picture here. Hi, Shadow. So the way you learn breath of fire, which comes from kundalini yoga and is again a very cleansing, healing, and a powerful breath, is to pant like a dog. That's how you begin, that's how you start, that's how you learn it. The reason is, for some reason, it's easier to use your diaphragm if your tongue is sticking out like it. I don't understand why. But in practice, that's what I've noticed. And in teaching, that's what I've noticed. So I'm going to demonstrate to you what breath of fire looks like, and hopefully you'll be able to catch on and work with it on your own. Now, just know that it does take a little while to really get, so if you have to just take breaks or do a few breaths at once and then rest, and then do a few more breaths and then rest until you get more comfortable with it, perfectly fine. So you're going to inhale and exhale at the same length, but it's a very fast and powerful breath from the navel. So you're not just pushing the air out and then resting so it fills back in. There's a breath that you do that for, and it's another good one. But you actually purposefully inhale and exhale. So when you inhale, your tummy comes out, and when you exhale, your tummy goes in. So try just taking a breath right now, a normal breath, and see if your stomach, when you inhale, goes in or out. Most people actually learn like opposite breathing. So most people will actually pull their belly in when they breathe in. But the diaphragm is sitting here like this. If you pull your belly in, your diaphragm's not going to move. When the diaphragm moves and opens up to allow more air to fill the lungs, you got to push your belly out because the organs have to go somewhere, right? So really be conscious of, when I'm breathing in, is my belly coming out? It's really important to do that. And then when I'm breathing out, that's when the belly pushes in and the diaphragm moves back up. Alright, so breath of fire looks like this. I'm going to turn to my side so you can see my stomach moving in and out. Alright, inhale, stomach out, and breath of fire. So you can see how this could be considered or thought of as hyperventilating. But once you get it, it actually doesn't make you dizzy or makes you a little high because you're super oxygenating your blood. So it's a really good feeling, but you're not dizzy and you're not out of breath at all whatsoever. In fact, after you do breath of fire, you should be able to hold your breath for up to a minute easily. Maybe not right away. So I would like you to stick your tongue out and pant like a dog, being very mindful of using those stomach muscles to push the air out and then let it back in. Maybe take a break. And then try again. When you're comfortable, pull your tongue in. It's the same breath through the nose. And inhale. Hold the breath in. Exhale. And breathe normally. There's a great mudra that you can use with this breath to give yourself a little bit of help during life. So one of them is, well, there's one mudra with the different fingers. So you're going to take your hands and curl them to fists. Your thumbs are straight up like a, hey, awesome, good job, thumbs up, man. Take your pinky fingers out and hook them. Doesn't matter which hooks, which direction. Well, you hook them and pull. And you bring this to the level of the solar plexus. So above your belly button, below the xiphoid process, the place where your ribs connect, right about here, you want to take the hands there, and then if you do this with breath of fire for 2.5 minutes, work up to that. Don't start at 2.5 minutes of breath of fire. If you do this mudra, it'll give you better communication. These are the Mercury fingers, and Mercury is the ruler of communication. So when you need to communicate something, this is a good one to do. 2.5 minutes lasts for like 3 hours for the enhanced communication. The next one is ring fingers. Ring finger is the sun finger, energy and stamina, endurance. Sometimes when I'm running, I'll grab my ring fingers and hook them like this and run like this and just say, I'm getting that sun energy, endurance, stamina, perseverance. But when you do this, same mudra, doesn't matter which direction the fingers are clasped, hold it down at the solar plexus, so it's like a double whammy. Do this with breath of fire for 2.5 minutes. Sorry, you know what, it's 3 minutes, not 2.5. 3 minutes for both of them. When you can build up to 3 minutes of breath of fire, it'll give you endurance, stamina, perseverance for 2.5 hours. So 3 minutes of the breath is 2.5 hours of what you're working with. Communication or endurance. Last one is the Saturn finger. This one's really important because this one is for patience. So if you have a work meeting that's going to take a long time and you're going to be tested, hook those middle fingers, bring them to that solar plexus, breath of fire for 3 minutes, and at the end, when you're done with the 3 minutes, just inhale deeply, hold that breath, pull the fingers but keep them clasped. You'll feel that in your arms, and then let go, and then go have a great meeting where your patience may be tested, but you will rise to the challenge. The first finger is expansion. You can always, I guess, do that one, but I've never done it, so I'm not going to teach it. And bless your souls. Thank you so much. Make sure you work on breath of fire before you try incorporating the mudras. So you just make sure that you're very comfortable with the breath. That's a good one. If you have any questions, you know what? Email me. My email is in the comments. Or you can comment or whatever, but I will put my email in the comments. So have a wonderful day, and bless you all so much. Sat Nam.